Hi, my name is David Knight, and welcome to those amazing Psalms. 5 Psalms for Advent. Psalm 96, Ode to Joy. Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad, let the sea resound and the fields be jubilant. Let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. Let all creation rejoice before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the people in his faithfulness. This Advent Psalm invites all creation to reverberate with joy because God is on the move. It draws us in and prepares us to celebrate the advent of Jesus by focusing not primarily on his birth at Bethlehem, but on his second coming, when he brings to completion the great redemption project that was launched at Bethlehem. It's like the first of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Begin with the end in mind. And the end goal of Jesus' birth was the restoration of global joy and the cosmic jubilation that this psalm imagines. Advent is about God as the Lord of history. This psalm begins with the revolutionary event of the Exodus, when God rescued his people from slavery in Egypt, revealing himself as Lord of all the earth and giving his people a new song to sing. Israel was not naive about the compromised state of the world, the prevalence of injustice and oppression, and the relative pall that hangs over a beleaguered creation. But the psalm finds hope by recalling the glorious past and looking forward to an even more glorious future when God will again come to deal decisively with all wickedness, to restore the world to virtue and establish God's righteous reign in the earth. Israel lived as people of hope between the past and the future moves of God. They lived as witnesses to God as the Lord of history. In the same way, we too live between the first and second advents of Jesus. That is what inspired Isaac Watts in 1719 to translate Psalm 96 as the great Christian hymn, Joy to the world, the Lord is come, let earth receive her King. There's nothing in this psalm about a baby or a manger, about shepherds or angels, but Watts saw the coming of Jesus as God's response to creation's great need. He comes to make his blessings flow far as the curse is found. In his birth, Jesus joined the harsh realities of our beautiful and blighted world. In his life, he showed that God's reign comes through worship and serving. He rules the world with truth and grace and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness and wonders of his love. Through his sacrifice and resurrection, our sin and creation's curse was shattered and reversed. Hope burst on the earth like a sunrise. Nature still waits for the finale, but already it bursts into jubilant song. This psalm calls us and all nations to worship the Lord, to tremble before him with reverence and awe, to embrace his righteous and life-giving ways, and to anticipate the day when the whole world enjoys the reign of God, when God's saving love is experienced among all nations, and where all of nature responds in a stupendous chorus of joy. Shout to the Lord, all the earth. Break out in praise and sing for joy. People, oceans, hills and fields, mountains, rivers, and all living things make a joyful symphony before the Lord, the King. Happy Advent.